Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this application. You can see that this is a screened-in patio section. I believe I have the drawing done properly. I'm hoping that. We have a covered patio here with a flat roof, or ceiling rather. And let's go into the overall dimensions I have. So overall dimensions, I have this section here from here to here at 20 feet. And then from the inner wall here to the outside edge here at 14 foot. And then I have a ceiling height here of 8 feet off the finished floor from the deck here. I have a couple of doors. I'm not exactly sure where they're positioned. You can see here I have a little swing out section here. This is 32 inches out, so this door is a little bit larger, but something to think about. It does swing inside of the patio. So does this one over here on the far side over here. It swings into the patio. There's a large fan. I have a 5-foot 5-inch diameter fan, and then we have a fireplace as well as the seating position here, and then dining position over here. Now I'm not quite sure of the exact positioning of the seating positions. Do they move out? Is this door, actually further to the right or left here? But I think what I'm going to show will at least answer the question about, what heaters are best for that. Now, on some of the drawings I got, there was dimensions of the post here, and I believe I have those correct. 4'6" and the inside edge, 6 foot from inside edge to inside edge, and then from inside edge to outside edge here at 3'6". Let's go ahead and turn that off and look at a couple of different options. Let's go ahead and look at now, I'm assuming that, I should say this first, I'm assuming that they're looking at possibly placing flush mount units in here. You can put recessed heaters in, or excuse me, you could put heaters mounted to the ceiling itself, but I'm assuming, like I said, that they want the flush mounts. Also, you can see the screened in section here. I'm going to turn the screen on, or off rather, so that we can maneuver through the drawing a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and look at maybe an option like this, where there just are 2 of the 6,000 watt units. Now, you can't see the whole entire unit itself. I could take off the top here for a moment, and you can see that we have a 2-element unit. This is 61¼ inch long. Now, I placed them so that the clearance, and this is going to be true on all of them, the clearance is below the heater itself. It's 18 inches from the heater edge, not the flush mount kit itself, but from the heater edge itself to the edge of the fan. And if we turn on that true diameter of the fan here, there we go. You can see that we're right at 18 inches from this edge here to the edge of the heater, and the same is true over here. Now, over here, I'm cautious of the door swinging out, but I think this will be okay. Again, I have this at 36 inches from this point here to the wall or the edge here. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat and see how that looks. So this would be the 6,000 watt unit. Now, a 6,000 watt unit, 8 foot off the finished floor, would be kind of warm at certain times. I would probably want to use a control system, and quite frankly, I like to have a control system whenever possible, because of the fact that just gives you flexibility. So like, this is screened in, so there's a little bit less air movement throughout the patio. And during different times of the year, you might want a little more heat, a little less heat, but this is designed for a little bit higher of an application. But in any case, there's two 6,000 watt units, and you can see that the footprint of heat is decent, but we're not really heating up the whole entire space. Looking here, if you were to pull this chair back, for instance, and then your upper body is outside of the ray itself, then you're not going to feel the amount of warmth that you really would like to. And the other part is, we're really heating up on this side, most of the table top itself. Over here it would be great because we're heating up the seating position that I have here. Now they did say that they were looking at heating up 14 feet, but we're really only heating about 9.5 feet from here to here. So just be aware of that with this layout here. And yeah, again, this is not the top one of my options, but this is one where you could put just 2 units in. All right, let's go ahead and look at another option, and that would be, let's go ahead and turn this off here. That would be utilizing possibly the 5200 watt units. Now, I'm showing this not because I recommend this, but because of the fact that I want you to see that I looked at it and I don't like this particular layout to itself, because these heaters are too close together. These are 48 inches long, the unit itself from here to here, and then the flush mount kit adds, I think it's like 4.5, 5 inches on each side, or all 4 sides. We are meeting the clearances, however, but I don't really like the layout of this particular application here. So this is not a recommendation, but I want you to see that, I do have that. We have a lot of overlapping rays here. So this would be an extremely hot area here. But yeah, it again is not my preferred application here. So, all right, so that is one of the other options. Let's go ahead and look at another possible option. And I want to go ahead and turn off the diameters here, or dimensions rather, and we'll take that off, and we'll put on maybe 4 of the 3,000 watt units. Now you can see here I have these placed up against the edge, assuming that the ceiling is at the same elevation as the bottom of this eave here. So that's just to keep in mind that that's how I have that set up. It is important that we are meeting those clearances below the heater itself, which is 18 inches again. And let's see if we have that on here. So here's your clearance below 18 inches from this edge to the edge of the heater itself right here. And there we have it. Now, the reason I'm placing them this way is because it looks like the rafter system is going parallel with how I have the heater itself, and that's kind of why I'm placing them this way, assuming that the ceiling joist itself will be parallel with these rafter systems here. But yeah, this would be an okay application here. This would be probably my second higher possible application. But let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat, and give me 1 second here. And you can see here that we are covering the area fairly decently. Again, though, over here we're overheating this patio table mostly, and not as much as the dining positions themselves. So that's why I'm not keen on this one as being the highest possible application. But we are heating the entire 14 feet. We're missing between the 2 positions here roughly about 1.5 feet of space. You can see that this guy here is not in the ray, so you're not going to feel the warmth of the ray itself. The infrared light waves are like the sunlight, if you can imagine. You know, if we turned on some shadow, if you're standing here in the shadow of the sun, you will not feel the warmth of the sun. But if you stood over here, you would feel the warmth of the sun, but the air temperature from here to here has not changed one bit. And the same is true with infrared light waves. If you are in the ray, you will feel the warmth, but if you're outside of the ray, you will not feel the warmth. So this is 4 of the 3,000 watt flush mount units. I like the looks of them with the, let's put the lid back on here for a minute. And, you know, I like the looks of them in the application itself, but it's not my preferred layout of the system. So this is going to be my preferred layout here, which is the same units themselves, only we're going to just turn them 90 degrees if we could. Again, not knowing what that ceiling joist is going to really look like. Now we do have a possible issue with, you know, regards to the positions of these 2 units here. You can see that we're into those ceiling joists. We need a minimum of 8 inches from this point here down. So, you know, could we move the heaters to the right slightly? Possibly. Let's go ahead and just look at the dimensions again, and I'm going to turn the rays off for a moment and then look at, you know, moving possibly the heater to the right. It looks like, you know, that's not going to happen. So the only thing I can imagine then would be, you know, to move them to the right here, and then, you know, so something like this where we could actually move them. Maybe, you know, let's just go with possibly 3 inches, and then maybe 3 inches in. We'll go with 4. So you can see how, you know, we are actually meeting the clearances. So we'll have to move this so it's uniform, 3 inches, and this one here and this one here will move at 3 inches, and then this one here will move in 4 inches, and we should still be okay. Now, if this fan blade is not combustible, let's say it's a steel fan blade, we can get closer to it, but we don't want to put the ray itself on top of the fan blade itself, because it will cause the fan blade to, you know, disintegrate at some point in the lifespan of the heat of the patio itself. So in any case, this would be my preferred application. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. You can see here that we're heating up more of the space going this direction. We're still heating up the 14-foot direction this way, but the seating position from on this side and this side is much better, as well as over here. And just turn that ceiling back on just to take a look at how that would look. That would be my preferred. Now, you know, you will not see the ray itself visually. Infrared light waves are invisible to the human eye, so just be cautious of that. This is what it's going to truly look like. Whoops. Let's turn this off here. This is what it's going to truly look like, you know, visually to the human eye. So let's see if I could turn this off here. And yeah, let's go ahead and put the screen back on here. Take a look at that. I think this would be the best layout for the heating system itself. We could actually turn this fireplace off here for a moment, get a better look at that inside, and you can see that, yes, that would be my preferred application here. Alright, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube will not support us unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate you doing that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.